Welcome to the Fulfilling Leadership Podcast, where we empower leaders for fulfillment and success. I'm your host, Ricardo Onat, a leader with 30 years of experience, including 5 in the military and diplomatic security services. Please join me as we explore the transformative power of effective leadership. Together, we're going to uncover strategies, share inspiring stories, and unlock your full leadership potential. Get ready to lead with purpose and make a positive impact. Hello and welcome to the Fulfilling Leadership Podcast. I'm thrilled to have you join us for another inspiring episode where we dive deep into the world of leadership and personal growth. In today's episode, we explore the powerful concept of moral courage. Moral courage is the ability to stand up for what's right, even in the face of adversity or opposition. It's about having the strength and conviction to make difficult decisions that align with our values and principles. Join us as we uncover the importance of moral courage in creating positive change, fostering ethical leadership, and making a lasting impact in our organizations and communities. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to embrace moral courage as a fundamental pillar of your leadership style. What is moral courage? Moral courage is a fundamental aspect of leadership that goes beyond mere bravery or fearlessness. It's the ability to stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity, criticism, or personal risk. It requires individuals to act in accordance with their deeply held values and principles, even when it might be easier or more convenient to remain silent or conform to the status quo. At its core, moral courage involves making difficult decisions that align with one's ethical compass, regardless of the potential consequences. It requires individuals to confront injustice, challenge unethical practices, and advocate for the well-being of others, even when it might be uncomfortable or unpopular to do so. Moral courage is about taking a stand for what is morally right, even when it requires sacrifice or personal discomfort. Moral courage is not limited to grand gestures or high-profile acts of heroism. It can manifest in everyday situations such as speaking up against discrimination, addressing unethical behavior in the workplace, or advocating for social justice causes. It's about having the integrity and conviction to do what is right, even when it might be easier to turn a blind eye or remain silent. Developing moral courage is a lifelong journey that requires self-reflection, introspection, and a commitment to personal growth. It involves cultivating a strong sense of self-awareness, understanding one's values and beliefs, and continuously challenging oneself to act in alignment with those principles. It also requires empathy and the ability to consider the perspectives and the well-being of others, even when it might be inconvenient or uncomfortable. Moral courage holds immense significance in the military, where individuals are often faced with challenging and complex situations that require them to take difficult decisions. In the military context, moral courage refers to the ability of service members to uphold and act in accordance with the ethical principles and values that guide their profession, even in the face of adversity or personal risk. In the military, moral courage is crucial for several reasons. First and foremost, it ensures the integrity and ethical conduct of the armed forces. Service members are entrusted with the responsibility to protect and defend, and moral courage ensures that they adhere to the highest standards of professionalism, honesty, and accountability. It enables them to make decisions that prioritize the well-being of their fellow service member, the mission, and the values they represent. Moral courage also plays a vital role in maintaining trust and cohesion within military units. When individuals demonstrate moral courage, they inspire confidence and respect from their peers and leaders. It fosters an environment of trust where service members can rely on one another to act with integrity and make decisions that are in the best interest of their team and the mission. This cohesion is essential for effective teamwork, communication, and overall mission success. Furthermore, moral courage in the military is essential for upholding human rights, international laws, and ethical standards. Service members might be faced with situations where they witness or are asked to participate in actions that go against their moral compass. In such instances, moral courage empowers them to speak up, report misconduct, or refuse to engage in activities that violate their principles. By doing so, they contribute to the maintenance of a just and ethical military force. In my time serving in the Army, I had the privilege of witnessing firsthand the importance of moral courage through the exemplary leadership of my commanders. They consistently demonstrated the courage to make difficult decisions that align with their values and the principles of the military. Their unwavering commitment to do what's right, even in the face of adversity, inspire me and instill in me the belief that moral courage is an essential quality for effective leadership. Their actions taught me that true fulfillment and the ability to serve others can only be achieved by embracing moral courage and upholding the highest standards of integrity. Similarly, in my professional journey, I have been fortunate to work with managers who consistently did the right thing even when it was challenging or unpopular. Their moral courage in making ethical decisions and standing up for what was right created a culture of trust, accountability, and respect. Witnessing their actions and the positive impact it had on the organization and its stakeholders reinforced my belief that moral courage is not only the right way to conduct business, but also the path to personal fulfillment. It taught me that by being morally courageous, we can create a positive and meaningful impact on the life of others, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment in our own journey. By learning from the examples set by my commanders and managers, I have come to understand that the true measure of success lies not only in achieving personal goals, but also in making positive difference in the life of others. Embracing moral courage allows us to navigate the complexities of leadership and business with integrity, ensuring that our actions are guided by our values and principles. It is through moral courage that we can create a better world, serve others, and ultimately find fulfillment in our endeavors. Why moral courage is so important for leadership and fulfillment? Moral courage is a key component of integrity, which is essential for effective leadership. When leaders consistently demonstrate moral courage by making decisions aligned with their values and principles, they build trust and credibility with their team members and stakeholders. This trust forms the foundation for strong relationships, open communication, and collaboration, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and productive work environment. Leaders often face complex situations where they must make difficult decisions that have ethical implications. Moral courage empowers leaders to do what's right, even when it might be challenging or unpopular. By making ethical decisions, leaders can create a culture of integrity and fairness, fostering a sense of fulfillment and purpose among the team members who feel valued and respected. Moral courage enables leaders to create a positive impact in their organizations and communities. By standing up for what is right, leaders can challenge the status quo, address systemic issues, and advocate for positive change. This ability to make a difference and contribute to a greater cause brings a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose to leaders, knowing that they are using their influence to create a better world. Demonstrating moral courage requires self-reflection, introspection, and a deep understanding of one's values and beliefs. Leaders who embrace moral courage embark on a journey of personal growth, continually challenging themselves to align their actions with their principles. This commitment to authenticity and personal growth not only enhances the leadership abilities, but also leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Moral courage often involves taking risks and facing adversity. Leaders who possess moral courage develop resilience and adaptability, as they are willing to confront challenges and overcome obstacles in pursuit of what is right. This resilience not only improves their leadership skills, but also contributes to their overall fulfillment and satisfaction in their roles. If leaders lack moral courage, several negative consequences can arise within an organization or community. Without moral courage, leaders might make decisions that compromise ethical standards or fail to address unethical behavior. These can lead to a loss of trust among their team members, stakeholders, and the wider community. When trust is eroded, collaboration, communication, and productivity suffer, hindering the overall success of the organization. Without moral courage, leaders might succumb to external pressures or personal interests, making decisions that prioritize short-term gains over long-term ethical considerations. This can result in ethical lapses, such as engaging in dishonest practices, disregarding employee well-being, or neglecting social and environmental responsibilities. Such actions can damage the reputation and credibility of both the leader and the organization. Moral courage is closely tied to accountability. Without it, leaders might avoid taking responsibility for their actions or fail to hold others accountable for unethical behavior. This lack of accountability can create a culture of impunity where unethical practices go unchecked, leading to a decline in organizational values and a negative impact on employee morale. Leaders who do not have moral courage might shy away from challenging the status quo or addressing systemic issues within the organization. This can result in missed opportunities for growth, innovation, and improvement. Without the willingness to confront difficult truths or make necessary changes, the organization might stagnate and fall behind competitors. Also, leaders who lack moral courage might unconsciously contribute to a toxic work culture. When unethical behavior is tolerated or ignored, it can create a hostile environment where employees feel undervalued, disengaged, and demoralized. This can lead to high turnover rates, decreased productivity, and a negative impact on overall employee well-being. Academic research. In a study conducted by Ulbien, Marian, and McKelvey in 2007, they explored the connections between moral courage and transformational leadership. The study reveals that leaders who demonstrate moral courage are more likely to inspire and motivate their followers, leading to higher levels of employee engagement and fulfillment. In 2008, Comer and Vega examined the relationship between moral courage and leadership effectiveness. This study highlights the positive impact of moral courage on leadership outcomes, including increased trust, employee satisfaction, and organizational performance. In a study conducted by Comer, Vega, and Harris in 2012, they investigated the factors that influence individuals' moral courage in the workplace. The study highlights the importance of moral identity, organizational culture, and ethical climate in fostering moral courage among leaders. It also discusses the positive outcomes of moral courage, such as increased job satisfaction and personal fulfillment. In 2013, the same three researchers, Comer, Vega, and Harris, presented an integrative framework for understanding moral courage in organizational contexts. They explored the antecedents, processes, and outcomes of moral courage, emphasizing its role in ethical leadership, employee well-being, and organizational effectiveness. These studies provide valuable insights into the effects of moral courage on leadership and fulfillment. They highlight the positive impact of moral courage on trust, employee engagement, job satisfaction, and overall organizational performance. Inspiring stories. Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of the Indian independence movement, exemplified moral courage throughout his life. He advocated for nonviolent resistance against British colonial rule, even in the face of violence and oppression. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality inspired millions and eventually led to India's independence. Gandhi's moral courage not only transformed a nation, but also influenced civil rights movements around the world. Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, displayed immense moral courage during his fight against apartheid. Despite being in prison for 27 years, he remained steadfast in his belief in equality and reconciliation. After his release, Mandela led the country through a peaceful transition to democracy, promoting forgiveness and unity. His moral courage and leadership continues to inspire people globally. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has shown moral courage by taking a stand on various social and environmental issues. He has been vocal about Apple's commitments to privacy, diversity, and sustainability. Cook's leadership has led Apple to become a pioneer in renewable energy and ethical supply chain practices. His moral courage in using Apple's influence to drive positive change has earned him recognition as a socially responsible leader. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former president of Liberia, exhibited moral courage in leading her country through a period of recovery and reconciliation after years of civil war. She prioritized transparency, accountability, and the fight against corruption. Under her leadership, Liberia made significant progress in rebuilding its institutions and promoting peace. Sirleaf's moral courage and dedication to her country earned her the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, we will discuss practical strategies to adopt and put into action moral courage. Reflect on your values. Take time to identify and clarify your core values. Reflect on what matters most to you and how those values align with your leadership role. This self-awareness will serve as a foundation for making decisions based on moral courage. Educate yourself. Stay informed about ethical principles, best practices, and relevant laws or regulations in your industry. Continuous learning and staying up to date will provide you with the knowledge and the confidence to make informed decisions that align with your values. Foster an ethical culture. Create an environment that encourages open dialogue, ethical behavior, and accountability. Communicate your expectations regarding ethical conduct and provide resources for employees to seek guidance or report concerns. Lead by example and demonstrate integrity in your own actions. Encourage dissent and different perspective. Actively seek out diverse viewpoints and encourage constructive dissent. Surround yourself with individuals who are willing to challenge your ideas and decisions. These will help you consider alternative perspectives and make more well-rounded and ethical choices. Practice active listening. Develop strong listening skills to understand the concerns and perspectives of others. Actively listen to feedback, suggestions, and criticisms without defensiveness. This will foster an environment where people feel heard and valued, promoting ethical decision-making. Take calculated risks. Moral courage often requires taking risks and standing up for what is right, even when it might be uncomfortable or unpopular. Assess the potential risk and benefits of your decisions, and be prepared to face the consequences. Develop a plan to mitigate risks and communicate your rationale clearly. Seek support and mentorship. Surround yourself with mentors, advisors, or colleagues who exemplify moral courage. Engage in discussions and seek guidance from those who have faced similar ethical challenges. Their insights and experiences can provide valuable guidance and support. Learn from mistakes. Acknowledge that moral courage is a continuous learning process. If you make a mistake or face a setback, take responsibility, learn from it, and make the necessary adjustments. Use these experiences as opportunities for growth and improvement. Celebrate ethical behavior. Recognize and reward individuals who demonstrate moral courage and ethical behavior. Celebrate their actions and share their stories to inspire others. By highlighting and reinforcing ethical conduct, you create a culture that values and encourages moral courage. Remember, implementing moral courage into your leadership is a journey that requires ongoing commitment and self-reflection. By taking these practical steps, you can cultivate a leadership style that prioritizes ethical decision-making and positively impact those around you. As we come to the end of this episode on moral courage, we hope you have been inspired to embrace this powerful quality in your own leadership journey. Moral courage is not just a concept, it's a call to action, a commitment to doing what is right even when it's difficult or challenging. It's about standing up for your values, making ethical decisions, and creating a positive impact in your organization and community. Before we go, I invite you to take action. Reflect on your own leadership and identify areas where you can demonstrate moral courage. Commit to making a positive impact both within your organization and in the wider world. Embrace the challenges, knowing that your courage can create a ripple effect of change and inspire others to do the same. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploring moral courage. Together, let's lead with integrity, make ethical decisions, and create a better future for ourselves and those we serve. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Fulfilling Leadership Podcast. We hope that our exploration of fulfilling leadership has inspired and empowered you to make a positive impact in your own leadership journey. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and join us again for future episodes. Until then, remember to lead with purpose and make a positive impact. Goodbye and take care.